got one button.
Welcome in, everybody. It's 2 o'clock.
What's that?
A really wet Wednesday here in the bullpen. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. We're looking live at the beautiful Toyota Field where we have a ton of things coming up. We will go in a little more in depth about opening day a little later. We are 15 days, a little more than 2 weeks away from our third season here at Toyota Field with the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Alabama baseball is less than a week away from playing MTSU here. We got some high school baseball games going down as well. You got me and Ricky. 3 days a week, we take an hour out of our day to sneak up here and just goof around. We talk sports. We talk what's going on here, of course, and then we just talk about whatever I want to discuss because I'm the one that picks some of the topics, so you have to succumb to.
And look, today's a special day because your voice it sounds like it's been through it. It's definitely not 100%.
I'm screaming right now.
Yeah.
I can't. I left a voicemail to somebody like this and started laughing.
Yeah, they're not going to call you back.
No.
There's no chance. And for every comment on the YouTube channel today live, I'll donate one lozenge to Tony Mack, which he's in dire need for.
Save my throat over here.
Help him out. Muddy Waters over here. Dun, 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 dun. I ain't got no voice left because I'm in a rookie year being a dad. And then at the end because you can't say nothing else. What's the deal with this? You overexerting yourself at work? Is it the home life? What's got you all choppy here?
I think it had to do with when it went from like 80 degrees to 20 degrees in a matter of 2 days.
No, that can't be it.
And then my throat was really hurting for 3 days. And then yesterday it didn't hurt anymore, but I started to lose my voice. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't think that's it. I was in Barbados where it was 82 degrees, and 6 hours later I was in Nashville where it was 26 degrees.
Give it time.
No, I'm here. It's not going anywhere.
I don't know, dude.
And if it is, it's not weather related. I'm feeling la 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 la. You hear that?
That was
That's
me
perfect
3
pitch.
days ago.
La.
It doesn't matter if it ends up happening to you or not because you won't let the weather take the blame. You're going to blame me. So you're just going to say
That's
it was me.
usually what happens. I mean, you come down with an illness, you come in here, and then you pass it to me. But this isn't going to happen. I'm good. I've experienced the 80 to 20.
Hey.
I've experienced the 20 to 80, and still, beautiful.
Can we stop with the whole, it's not happening. You usually give me the blah, blah, blah. Dude, the last time we were in a room together, this room, to be exact, you put your own dead skin in my eyeball.
And not a thing. And can you see out of both eyes?
Yeah.
There you go. Nothing was passed. All right? You don't even touch me. Your germs
dead
just
skin.
find my body and immediately, make it their host. And then I'm down for 2 weeks while you're over here having a good time.
I go down first.
Yeah, but the second person gets it worse. They get it
I
double.
don't know if that's true.
Yep.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm. And as you can tell, I'm more healthy than you, so they have more fun inhabiting my body.
I honestly will probably say that whatever I do pass on to people, they do get worse because I really don't get really, really sick. Like I'll usually get a cold, but I don't get really, really sick. So if it ever does happen, I'm insufferable.
Yeah, the germs, they find you, they go, this was a bad choice. We shouldn't have broke ground in this part of town. I don't like this. Let's go find. Oh, hey, there's that guy we jump on every couple weeks. Let's go see what he's up to. Blank. And,
I don't know why they don't love me, man. I mean, the germs that get in there and get real familiar with your whole bloodstream, I'm a mix of everything. You know what I mean? They can find a little mixture of everything. They're like, you want a little Mexican food, a little Italian?
I got a whole lot. I got a Breland Homes running in here. It's strictly funded by your germs. So they're growing. They're adding real estate. They're becoming an empire because of you. So
well, it took some fire damage there over the week.
Bud, you ain't kidding. I microdermabrased my chest,
dude.
After I got home on Monday.
You had a line of skin right here, across your hairline that looked like a trench that someone dug. Like you would scratch that line.
It was nuts.
And there were freckles that aren't even there anymore.
Yeah, that was skin.
And now it's back to normal.
I kept them in a little box, like dude from Austin Powers and Goldmember. I saved
That's
him.
a good one.
That's a good one.
He's talking about Goldmember.
That's disgusting. All right.
Oh, okay. So again, we talk sports, believe it or not.
Let's just completely ruin your voice by the end of this thing.
It's on its way, man.
Yeah.
I had to make several phone calls yesterday. Today I came in. I was like, I'm emailing today. I'm doing the email list.
Let's see what a phone call sounds like with you right now. Like, hello, I'm a healthy person out of business. What's up? What would you like?
Hey, good morning. This is Antonio with the Trash Pandas. How are you this afternoon?
Did you say you're in the trash? Do you live in the? What was that?
This is the Trash Pandas.
We don't have a trash compactor, sir. I don't. No, thank you. We don't need.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks. Is that how they go?
A lot of voicemails. Leave a lot of voicemails. LVM.
Yeah, the first thing I thought was like, ooh, I don't know this guy, but I don't think I want to talk to this guy.
You know how you already get upset when you see on your phone like somebody you don't know is calling you, so you let it go to voicemail, you're going to check the voicemail, and then you click on the voicemail, and if iPhone like transcribes it a little, you can kind of see the first few words before you listen.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, who's this annoying number calling me? And then you hear this, and you're like, what?
I don't know.
Go
Calling
away.
that guy back. Yeah, no. He's going to make me sick through the phone somehow.
I have no idea.
He's going to have the first case of telecommunicable COVID, and I don't want any part of that. Yo, but it is funny, though, when you get like a voicemail from somebody or you're returning a call, because anytime you have to just like cold call someone, like you said, like they see the number, like you're lucky if they answer. And if they do, it's usually like, what? You know, I had a call the other day. They left me a voicemail, but I'd never talked to them before, so I had to return the call. And so I give them a call, ring, ring, and they go, yeah, hello. And I'm like, hey, is this Steve? He goes, who's asking? And I'm like, it's Ricky with the Trash Pandas. And he goes, oh, hey, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, I know I did call you earlier. I got a birthday coming up. I'm like, man, who was that the first two sentences? What?
I had a guy a couple months ago. He had come out with someone else last year, and this year I took over and I was his rep. So I guess he gets a lot of telemarketer calls. But it was his wife's number that I called because she was listed as a contact. So I called her, and this dude answers. He was so mad at me, but once he realized who I was, he was already too far gone, so he couldn't not be mad anymore.
Oh, so he had to keep it going,
So
huh?
he was trying to give me like nice words, but in a mean tone. So
I appreciate the speed for which you
essentially
messaged me back.
So pretty much, I called him a much better voice than what I have right now. But I was like, "Hey, is this such and such? Who's asking?" I was like, "It's Antonio with the Trash Pandas. We want." And I was like, "Well, you guys came out and did a group with us last year, and I was just curious if that was something. We're like 3 weeks away from the season. Curious if you wanted to come back out and do one this year." Well, we haven't talked about that yet. I'm like, all right, well, is that something that, you think you might want to do if you talked about it? And he's like, well, yeah, that might sound nice. I was like, well, cool.
I've got family coming in town in May.
Summer games sound splendid. Like, all right. I'll call you.
Sometimes those calls turn into the interrogation scene from The Dark Knight. Where is he? Where is he? Where? Oh, hello there. Oh, you say Trash Pandas? Oh, hey, how's it going?
All the time.
Yeah, little Buster's got his 8-year-old birthday party. We're coming out there in 3 weeks.
And some people's voicemails crack me up too. I have a voicemail that can compete with anybody's. I called, and this was like probably back in December. This was the first couple months I'd been here. I called and I got someone's voicemail, and at the very end, like, it was normal, like, hey, this is Catherine. I couldn't come to the phone. If you're such and such, if you need this kind of assistance, click this number, call this number, but just leave me a message and I'll get right back to you. And then there was a second before the beep, and you just hear, she coughed in her voicemail message. It was like the long second before the beep, so I'm waiting for the beep, and I hear,
and then now you're thrown off. Now you leave a bad message.
Hey, Catherine, it's Antonio. Are you okay?
I hope you're feeling better. And you're like, they recorded that message 2 years ago. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So,
hey, interesting question, though, in the comments. Our
get?
Town Podcasts says, if you were to smoke, what kind of cigs would you toke? Since it does sound like you're struggling from a lung issue here, what would be your burner? What would be your dart of choice?
I've never smoked a cigarette a day in my life, so I really – my mom smoked when I was a kid, and she was just a red pack of Marlboro.
Oh, yeah.
So
give me the Marlboro.
I did work at a gas station for a couple of years when I was in college, so I dealt with cigarettes all the time.
Yeah.
And I will tell you the ones that, like, packaging looked most appealing.
Uh-huh.
Ones that looked most
the coolest.
Yeah. The ones that looked the coolest and ones that looked the absolute lamest.
Uh-huh.
The ones that looked the coolest were like a pack of Newports because you just knew you were edgy.
Yeah,
right?
you're like,
let
dude,
me get
I'm
one of the
smoking menthols, dude.
Yeah, the people that came in and got the Newports are like they have a story to tell, right? There's not a whole lot going on right for them right now.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Well, maybe not in correlation with the cigarette of their choice,
Yeah.
but the people that I was dealing
There
with.
were a
right?
couple.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
sure.
was quite a few.
Okay.
But the lamest, based on packaging, Virginia Slims. A million.
Well,
Virginia
I mean,
Slims, and then the 120. They got the super long ones, the 120s.
For a man in his 20s, yeah, that's not a great look. They have their audience though.
Who else would I base this opinion off of? It's me.
I went to a concert once where a lady was passing around Virginia Slims, and I was like, "Let me get one of those," And I'm like, I don't, "Why not?" And
To this day, you still probably got on your nightstand.
you
trying to
took
finish
half an
it.
inhale, and you're like, "Oh, what's going?"
Oh, really? They're like this long.
Yeah, but they're little thin guys.
See, that's the other thing. I haven't really seen I've only seen the packaging because I don't smoke.
Yeah.
So
I went to high school with a guy whose dad would buy him Parliaments.
Parliaments are for dude. Like you drive like an old like S10. You're always covered in like dirt or oil. You work with your hands. You know what I mean? You get down and dirty for your job if you smoke a Parliaments.
Ooh, cool factor was definitely Camels, is what he said.
Camels were.
Camel.
I don't know.
You're a pro if you were getting if you were a newbie and you're just wanting to be cool or whatever. Like you go get the Newports because you're like, oh, menthol's all right. That'd be like that's like cool mint. I'll take it. Yeah. Or you're like, oh, I'll just do Marlboros because that's the only thing I know. But yeah, like Camel with the Joe Camel dude on there. My dad smoked those growing up.
The Camels were.
They had the commercials back when you could actually have tobacco commercials.
Yeah.
That weren't just like a picture of a diseased lung or something,
Dude, the non-smoking campaigns they have on TV now are wild. Like people's mouths run away from them and stuff.
Do those work? Because I had a buddy who smoked a lot back in the day. He was a roommate, and every time the Truth commercials would come on, be like, "Stop smoking." He'd be like, "See about that," and he'd light up a heater and go outside and smoke it on the porch. And I'm like, I don't think these commercials are working. Has one person ever stopped smoking because they saw a commercial?
I don't know.
Like, were they like, "Man, I really love this, and there's no bad side effect." Wait, hold on. Did you just read that commercial?
Did his own tongue come out of his mouth and tell him to stop smoking?
No one told me about the negative part of this. Oh, wait. It's everywhere. Everyone knows about that. Like, I don't know.
They're bad for you.
If I'm wrong, if someone, has been like, yeah, those commercials changed my life, good for you. I'm proud for you, but I've not met that person yet.
It's always funny, too, because we were right next to a college campus, so we had a couple of college kids every semester that would come in and start like a part-time job there, and they were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and hadn't really ever dealt with the kind of people that they were going to be waiting on for the next however long they worked there, and it's so funny to watch them when they start and how their view of the world and their personality changes, even if they only work there like a month. Like they would come in and like people would, they'd start them the day shift, but people would come in to buy cigarettes and think, these are bad for you, right? Oh, you shouldn't smoke, blah, blah, blah. Then by the end, they're smoking like 3 packs a day because they can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's how it gets you. 3? Goodness gracious.
And then after a certain time, once you get past like probably 10, 11 o'clock, people stop coming in and buying cigarettes, and they come in and buy the Rillos.
Yeah,
so,
okay. I got you.
Come in, and you can pack the Swishers.
Right. Well, now we got
White Owls.
If anyone wants to see Tony Mack later, he'll be outside of the Exxon, ripping Newports one after another.
Selling 2 packs of White Owls and Rhino pills.
Those things. Anyways, how's it going? Austin in the comments. He says,
"Hey,
sup, Antonio and Ricky, watching from Decatur, Alabama, ready for some Alabama baseball next Tuesday night. Ow!
Let's go.
And some Pandas baseball next month. It's about that time.
We are 6 days away from Alabama baseball, and we are 15 days away from Trash Pandas baseball. That is nuts. We got some really great baseball last night, though. The World Baseball Classic.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, we had the little 2-week exhibition, however long it is, come down to the exact scenario that everybody wanted. It was Team Japan, who's like the only team to win multiple World Baseball Classics. They've now won 3.
They won the first 2.
Yeah, 06, 09, and then now this one. And the U.S., and of course, with Japan, you've got Shohei Ohtani, Angel. You've got Mike Trout, Angel. Not only are they 2 of the best baseball players now, They are probably two of the best baseball players ever in existence. And the championship came down to Shohei Ohtani, who came in the top of the ninth inning to close it out, against Mike Trout for the win. It was a one-run game with 2 outs and a full count. You have Shohei and Mike Trout going at it. Full count, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 1-run ball game.
It felt
what
like you were
else
watching.
do you want?
Felt like you're watching a movie. And they were alluding towards it all game. They're like, all right, well, the way Otani's hitting in the lineup, he's going to hit in the bottom of the 7th. That's going to mean he probably won't have to bat again the rest of the game. That'll give him enough time to go to the bullpen. He should be able to take over the 9th. Then it just happens to be that Trout's the guy up there with 2 outs. And, man, it felt like you were watching something special. Like, it was cool to see live. And even as, a U.S. fan watching them lose, it was still like, whoa, that was – that was pretty cool. And, Ohtani, dude, if you don't think he's the best player in the world right now,
I don't know.
You're insane. He's running around like he's playing school ball over there, going back and forth between the batter's box and the bullpen and all this. It's things that pros just don't do. And then to see him on the mound and that camera they had on his face that, like, every time he looked off to the side, he was like – and he had that super intense look on his face. I mean, I in my head, I'm thinking, like, advantage Ohtani, no doubt. Like, Trout's gonna have to catch up to this guy because he looks in the zone. And then that slider he threw him at the end, just
the first pitch of that at bat.
Nasty.
The first pitch of that at bat, like you're saying, even though it's Team USA, knowing that it was Shohei's time, the first pitch, 100 miles an hour right down the middle, Mike Trout swung and missed. Immediately, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I mean, what else are you going to do? You're not going to get a better pitch than that. And then, he's not going to throw anything slower right around there. It's going to be, if you're going to catch something in the middle of the plate, you better catch up to it because he's going to be fast. He was throwing like 100, 102 miles an hour, and then that slider to end it. He tried to throw it the pitch before, too, and it just missed off and everything, and he throws it again, and Trout went down.
Dude, Ohtani made a statement, man. Like, he went out there wanting people to know, me and Mike Trout are 2 of the best. And we play on the same team, but I'm better.
I'm one of the 2 best players in Major League Baseball, and I'm not number 2.
I'm not number 2, man. And he did that. I mean, I saw his pregame speech he gave to the team. And, they talked about it a lot, like with the manager for the Japanese team and how he got that role and how he was a writer for a long time. And he coached, some of the smaller teams over there and just the whole route he took there and how he used to work as a baseball columnist in America. And the respect that the Japanese culture has towards baseball and how they've learned it from the Americans. I saw the speech Ohtani gave before the game, and it translated to, let's stop looking up to these guys and let's beat them. Like, no more looking up, because as long as we're looking up, we can't go by them. Let's go get a win. And you could tell that team had that mindset. Like, no more of this America's doing it, and we're right there, the best with them, but our best players go to America when they get the opportunity. No more. Let's be at the top with them. And, man, they did it. I mean, they go undefeated in the Classic. Ohtani goes out there and K's up Trout for the final out of the game. I mean, that was a punctuation mark, man.
I'll tell you who I was most mad at. Mookie Betts. He was batting right before Mike Trout. He hit into the double play. Because you had McNeil. McNeil got on, and then he walked. And then Mookie hit to the double play, and it kind of robbed us of Mike Trout.
It stunk.
With a runner on, So that was a bummer. But, I mean, you're going up against Shohei Ohtani. But that was insane. And I can't wait to see the ratings for this because Japan has, 125 million people in their country for one of the pool play games. They pulled 65 million viewers in Japan alone. I saw this the other day. I don't know if this is true. I was trying to look this up a second ago to see if I could find an article about it. But someone had tweeted that this was for the semifinal. Approximately 93.6% of TVs in Japan had the World Baseball Classic on.
Golly. I believe it.
93.6% of the entire country was watching that game.
Dude.
The semifinal. So imagine what the final rating's going to be.
For us, Americans, that'd have been a nice tournament to win. That'd have been cool. Mm-hmm. But we didn't. Whatever. No one's day is ruined. For the entire country of Japan, this was more than sports, man.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Like, this was a international statement. Like,
Not only – exactly.
We're a baseball power.
And not only is it about like again, Japan's won it before, like you've said, it's about a team that they have a lot of pride in, but they also have the chosen one, right? The chosen one's from their country.
Yeah.
And it goes beyond, like you said, it goes beyond the game, goes
He's
beyond
their Michael
playing for
Jordan.
Japan. Exactly.
It's that kind of phenomenon.
Absolutely.
Like it's just he transcends sports.
People are gonna name their kid Shohei forever.
Oh, there are going to be a lot of Shoheis.
Oh yeah, a lot of Shoheis. So maybe a lot of Shohei Juniors after that one. So
You really don't realize how massive that guy is, too,
man,
until you see him around his teammates. Then you go, "Oh, that's a big."
He stands
he's
out.
6'5", 235.
Yeah,
Like that's a big dude.
he stands out for sure.
He's got the face of a 14-year-old, but
Dude.
he is a grown man.
When he threw the glove right after he struck out Trout, was going, I'm like, he's got like a high school graduation coming up. He looks like a baby.
But he does not throw like one.
Oh God, that was great. That was really great to see. So
And Trout too. Like, did he have any big moments for the tournament?
no, he kind of stunk there late.
And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this has got to be new for Trout. I mean, this is probably the loudest game he's played in like 9 years. The guy hadn't been to a playoff game since 2014. I mean, regular season games can be big, but the World Baseball Classic was treated by fans, by the teams, like it was playoff baseball. And it was good to see Trout in a big moment like that. But I wonder how that affected him. I mean, he just really has not had many opportunities to play big baseball games.
It's funny you say that because during that at bat, there were a couple like that when he took that second strike, when he swung on that second strike, and he kind of gives us, he's like, he looks over, like it looked like he was in his head a little bit. He kept
the at bat before that, he struck out too, and it was on a bad pitch. And I wonder how that. And I'm a clown. It could have nothing to do with it. These are just things I was thinking about while watching the game. I mean, look at a guy like Trey Turner. He had a huge tournament.
He had a home run again last night.
But the guy's played in a lot of big games recently. He's used to that.
Did you see Shohei's stats for the WBC, for the
No.
World Baseball Classic? Shohei hit 435.
Oh my God.
His split was 435, 606, 739. Unreal. 4 doubles, a home run, and 10 walks, while also pitching a 1.86 ERA and 11 strikeouts in like 10 innings.
The dude's he can do anything.
That's bananas.
What about that ball he ran out in his last at bat in the 7th? He grounds a ball to the second baseman and outruns it. He's safe at first.
I
Got an
didn't
infield
see
hit.
I
Oh
missed
my
the
God.
infield hit.
The guy can do everything. I mean, he hits a grounder to the second baseman. A grounder to the second baseman is an out 99% of the time. This dude legged it out. This wasn't like a grounder to third where the dude had to grab it and spin and
Who
run.
in the
Or he
world
was
was playing
fading back.
second base for the U.S.?
Dude, he just got there fast. Like it wasn't like he bobbled anything. He got the ball, he put it in his hand, he threw it, and Ohtani got there first. Really, it was like because they had to review it. It was a perfect tie. But tie goes to the runner, and that hit doesn't get ran out
That's crazy.
that much ever.
But there you go, man. WBC champs, Japan stunk, but I was really happy for Shohei. So
I love the World Baseball Classic now.
yeah, man. Again,
I love it.
not talking about any of these guys. We're sitting here waiting for baseball season. If that's not going on right now, we're watching spring. I'm not watching spring training.
No,
Not doing it.
absolutely not.
But the World Baseball Classic, absolutely. I tuned in last night on FS1 to check that out. So really, really great to see that big moment for Shohei and for him to get that done. And it's so crazy too that in the scope of baseball, you have Shohei Ohtani, one of the best players on the planet, on the Japanese team. They're the winners. You have Mike Trout on the U.S. team, probably one of their best players. And they make it to the championship match or the championship game. And two of the best baseball players in the planet and in the history of the game. They're teammates, and the team they play on in Major League Baseball stinks. Individually, they go off and they're great for their country, and then they come back, they play together, they join forces, and
they stink for now. They stink for now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's because our guys aren't there yet.
It's working its way up. The Angels used to have a crummy farm system. Now look at the Pandas. Look at
true.
everybody else. They're winning championships in the farm system again. It's working its way up.
That's true.
We're getting there.
So, Angels fans, on behalf of the Trash Pandas, here in a few years, you're welcome.
Which some news out of Angels camp today. Let me get that pulled up. Some familiar faces as far as guys getting sent down to their minor league clubs, guys that were not on that list to be sent down. So some interesting stuff there.
Yeah, what we got? Who's sticking around?
Let me see. I'm going to pull this up for you real quick. Here you go. LA Angels news. Latest group of Angels spring training roster cut. This is from HaloHangout.com.
But what, last night?
HaloHangout.com is from 3 hours ago. It's 9 a.m. Pacific time.
I thought it said p.m.
Not specific time like I almost said, like a dunce.
All right.
All right, so they say, let's see, another large group of Angels players was either reassigned to minor league camp or optioned to AAA Salt Lake. Among those was a candidate for the Angels' sixth starter spot, that person being Chase Silseth. Mm-hmm. He headlines the latest group of the Angels cuts. Today, the Angels optioned right-hand pitcher Chase Silseth, infielder Levon Soto, and right-handed pitcher Weiss. And they also reassigned outfielder Barrera, outfielder Trey Cabbage, right-handed pitcher Davinsky, catcher Emerson, right-handed pitcher Holder, infielder Jones, left-handed pitcher Jake Kalish, infielder Padlo, left-handed pitcher Rosenberg, right-handed pitcher Valdez, left-handed pitcher Veo, and outfielder Aaron Whitefield. So some familiar faces there that are going to be moved around the minor league system for the Angels. So,
man,
interesting there. Silseth was a guy who was battling for the last starting pitcher spot. He had a bit of a rough go in his last outing, and it looks like he might be starting his year in AAA, maybe with Soto as well.
You know who's not listed on one of their cuts? Ben Joyce.
Ben Joyce
So
not listed there. Logan O'Hoppe not listed there, which makes you believe that they're probably going to start the year.
Zach Neto
at the major league level. Neto not announced on there either. I mean, that might change here in the next 15 days before these guys are due to be here in uniform. But it's a pretty large group. 15 players. Nothing really too surprising.
Yeah. I mean, Silseth was still, I mean, it's not a surprise, but you still kind of wondered a little bit what was going to happen with them. But yeah, those guys like that, you can tell throughout the list who might end up in AAA, who might come back out here.
Yeah, especially with right-handed pitcher Zach Weiss being optioned, makes you think Joyce has probably got him a spot on the major league lineup. So we're starting to see the moves.
Dang it. I mean,
we're seeing the moves.
Yeah. Good for you, Ben.
Hey, look, I mean, just because you start off at the major league level doesn't mean you stay there.
I'd like, if he's going to be there,
to
stay there. So.
But, you know, I mean, like we watched him here. It took him a little while to get used to pitching at this level from college.
Yeah.
Probably take him that same kind of adjustment in the pros. So maybe they send him down here to get a couple outings. I don't know, but
yeah, with spring training being all the way out there, we've had people here fly out there for some of it. I'm sure they flew out there themselves. I'm sure they spend a lot of time on planes, right? When they come back here, I now have things that I want to ask them. I'm adding the list of questions that I want to ask the players. I also want to ask you, because you've been on a plane here recently. You've flown a few times. I got to know, because this came up this morning. It was either this morning or yesterday from WBRC in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
The TSA showed the WBRC some of the prohibited items that they confiscated throughout 2022.
Okay.
So there's like a list of – they give you an example list of items and tells you, can you carry it on? Can you check it? So, like, they'll either give you an X for carry on, but you can check it or something like that, right? And these items – we could out of things that you can travel with, which is like an infinite amount of things – these being picked as the examples are crazy. But first, I'll start with the stats and the items that were seized, some examples of the items that were seized. A TSA representative told WBRC that 5,000 pounds of prohibited items were seized in Birmingham during 2022. I would have guessed that number would have been a little higher.
I don't think I would have guessed anything. I don't know what the proper tonnage is for confiscated goods.
Well, let me tell you some of the items.
Okay.
Of that number, 1,600 pounds were sharp items like knives and bludgeons.
Is that what they can be called? Bludgeons?
Bludgeons.
I thought you could bludgeon a person, like a verb. You could be bludgeoned. But I didn't know the tool would be a bludgeon.
Yeah, it falls under the category of a bludgeon, which your laptop would be a bludgeon, I would guess.
Oh, so it's anything that can
guess.
bludgeon upon someone.
Or something that can bludgeon upon someone and be confiscated. Like, they're not going to confiscate this.
And become, okay, fair enough.
3,400 pounds were hazardous materials.
Ooh.
And this kind of goes
along
with the, I don't know, but a paper? I don't know.
Well, in Charlotte, they don't like it.
Oh, man.
Download Monday's episode if you don't understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was a good one. So, where'd the list of the...
Is that it? You just got bludgeons?
No, they had a list on here too of like some of the things that they took, some examples, and I must be looking over it. I can't see it, but it was they took like frying pan was one of the things that was confiscated.
I don't want people traveling with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Man, where did that? I'll go back and try. I'm looking at the same article from earlier. I don't know where it went, but I'm gonna go over to the.
Who has a frying pan in their carry-on?
I don't know. But here's a list. So this is the article. What can I bring? Right? Like if you're getting ready to go fly, it says, what can I bring?
Yeah.
So you're going like, what can I bring? Let me see the examples that they have. And they give you carry-on bags, either an X for no, a check for yes, or a exclamation point for yes. So here are the examples that they use. Aerosol insecticide. You want to take a guess whether you can carry on or check that?
Bug spray. That's a no. No chance.
You cannot carry on under special instruction. You can check it.
It's under special instructions.
That's what it says.
So if you're maybe an etymologist.
Maybe, sure.
I don't even know what that is. Does that have to do with bugs?
I was going to roll with it, man. I was just going to keep
All
rolling.
right. We'll just pretend it's right.
An air mattress with a built-in pump. Can you check it and carry it on?
Absolutely not.
You can't? Neither one?
No.
Can't take it?
Well, you can bring a bed, automatic, the easy pump. No, don't even think about it.
You can carry it on under special instruction, and you can check it. You can check it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
What special instruction would be necessary to bring an inflatable bed with pump?
I don't know, but I don't understand why these are the examples. Airbrush makeup machine.
You can check it, but you're not walking on with it.
Yes, under both.
That's
for
insane.
special
I don't even
instruction.
know what that is.
Alcoholic beverages, over 140 proof, ammunition. Here you go.
Just skip over ammunition.
Here's one. Antlers.
I brought antlers onto a flight. You can do that.
Excuse me?
Yeah. It happens.
So yes, you can carry on
I told
antlers,
you.
and you can check them.
Yep.
I would love to know why you brought antlers.
if you're ever traveling to Alaska, it's smart to bring antlers. That way, when you get off the plane, if there's any meese in the area, you can clack them together and kind of let them know, hey, I'm not playing around. Okay.
I think, isn't it just moose?
Meese. So if you see
I
a
think
pack,
plural's just moose, right?
look, just go. You went with the etymology thing. Can you just roll with this?
I think I actually know what I'm talking about.
No,
though,
no,
so.
there's no chance. No way.
Okay.
Look, have you ever brought antlers on a flight?
Have you ever been
I
to
have. I'm an
Alaska?
expert. No, but but I've watched a show on the Travel Channel about it.
So why did you bring them though?
Because I haven't had an opportunity yet. All right, but I'm preparing myself if the opportunity ever arises. That's why you got to be, dude. Practice makes perfect. Okay, and so you get off. The meese are looking at you. They go, "Is this guy? Is this prey? Is this food, or is this friend?" And you clack it. You clack them. You go, and you let them know, "Hey, you go ahead and wait for the next flight, pal."
Oh my gosh! All right, the next example, the last example on page 1, that they feel like they need to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Artificial skeleton bones. Yes or no?
Artificial ones?
Yes.
Yes.
You can. Yes, you can check and
Absolutely.
carry on artificial skeleton bones.
Could you
Why
imagine?
these are the examples? I do not know.
I feel like the guys at TSA are not trained. If you had your carry-on bag and they're like, "All right, make sure you put everything into the bins right here, belts off, shoes." Sir, what is that? It's an artificial skeleton. We're gonna need to. Hey, does that look artificial? We'll just take your word for it. All right, yeah, that's like, how do you know it's artificial? Like, whoa, hey, that looks like it might be real. Can we take him to the lab real quick?
I don't think they could say anything to you if you had him a ticket. Just buy your artificial skeleton a ticket. He's got a seat.
Buy him a ticket.
He's got a seat, man.
Yeah,
He's got the window
This is
seat.
my emotional support artificial bone skeleton. That's special instruction, isn't it?
No, it was yes for all.
No, but that would be the special
Oh,
instruction.
100%. Yeah, that would definitely be. Here were the interesting items. Some of the interesting items that were confiscated. The list included guns and knives,
Sick.
along with at least one baseball bat, a drill, and a frying pan. You don't need a drill as a carry-on. There's nothing good that can come in. No one's sitting there and going, hey, you hear that? You feel it? Thank God you brought your drill. Everybody's going to be scared that you're trying to poke holes in the plane.
Yeah, drill shouldn't be allowed.
No.
Yeah, wait till you do your drilling later.
Check the drill.
Look, put the drill in your check bag. Take the antlers out. Put that in your carry-on. You're gonna be all right. Trust me.
Yeah, you're good.
You just clack 'em.
Antlers are good. They're good. The drill, no go for the drills. Frying pan, don't know what you would need a frying pan for. Guns and knives, obviously. Why try a baseball bat carrying that on?
If you're Shohei Ohtani,
Well, he can carry that. They're not taking Shohei's bat.
what level of baseball player gets through TSA with a baseball bat? If you tell them like, "Hey, I play for the Angels," they let you go. You go, "I play for the Pandas." You getting checked? We getting snubbed?
yeah,
Is that why we read the bus?
Yeah, I think you're getting. I definitely think you're getting checked.
Wow.
You're getting snubbed for sure.
I guess that's one of the perks of making it to the bigs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's free range of bringing bats.
that's right.
I'd never feel safer than if I were on a flight with Mike Trout and he had a bat.
Oh,
Like,
right.
I would, dude, to tell the air marshal to take a day off. We're good. We're all right. Trout's, he can hit from both sides. We're good. Doesn't matter what aisle he's on.
No one's gonna stop.
Yeah, this guy's done. You put a drink
I'd
card
feel-
up at the end of the way, batter up.
I feel pretty safe.
Yeah, I feel great.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, people have been doing this. A friend of mine on his radio show this morning actually tried it live on Facebook during one of their segments. I was listening to it coming in. I don't know why people still do that. Well, I know why people still make it. Why this company still makes stuff like this, because people react and try it. But they're never. You're never going to get me. And I'm curious if you wanted to start doing this like they're doing. But they get some of these hot list items and they try it, live in front of an audience here for everybody. They tried that new Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream today.
I've heard of that.
From everybody that I've seen try, I've seen a few people try it. It does not go well. Doesn't go over. I'd much rather melt it and just pour it over some wings.
Sounds like you just want ranch dressing.
Yeah, I think I'll just take ranch dressing.
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised at all. Ranch dressing ice cream sounds gross.
They did that and a mac and cheese ice cream, I think. I'm good.
I don't like my foods to be flavored like other foods. You know?
It depends. I don't want my ice cream flavored to be like ranch or mac and cheese, but like blueberry.
Oh, hello there. I thought he was going to make a hot take.
I thought
about
he
the
was going
ice
to jump
cream.
in on the conversation. He looked like he was like, "Wait,
That
dude."
looked, like he was going to be very serious.
And it looked like, "Hey, you stopped talking about ranch ice cream."
Dude, I said I didn't like my foods flavored like other foods. And homie about stomped me right there. Oh, my goodness.
What do you mean by that? What foods flavored like other foods?
You know what? Look, I should have said that better. Like, foods flavored like other foods is the thing. I don't like my my dish to be flavored like another dish.
I know.
Self-sustaining meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ice cream, delicious dessert. If it's flavored like a cherry, ooh, that's tasty. Blueberries, I love that. Porterhouse steak, I don't want that. I love a good porterhouse steak. Don't get me wrong. I'd chow down on one right now if I had the opportunity. But I don't want a creamy, tasty treat to taste like a porterhouse steak, because now my brain doesn't know what to think. It's got one texture, but it tastes another. You're gonna mess yourself up.
In the very center of that porterhouse steak thing of ice cream, a little bit of strawberry ice cream, medium rare.
Yeah, nah.
In the well done, you put a little chocolate in there.
Yeah, and if it looked like a steak but tasted like ice cream, okay.
True. Have you seen the people on TikTok that make everything like you can't tell if it's cake or not?
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's awesome.
And then they do the edit.
What's that guy trying to eat that stop sign for? Oh my gosh, it's cake. Oh my god, it's cake. I thought that guy was gonna lacerate his mouth wide open on that stop sign.
It's crazy. that you could like make.
Oh my God! Why is that guy handling a baby bear cub? It's gonna not. Oh, it's cake.
Oh, okay.
It's cake.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense. I'd eat that little, and it's weird too because then they cut into it, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, dude, it looks really weird.
See, that's another thing. Now you're messing with your brain again. Now I see a baby bear cub, and there's a man with a knife. He just plunged it in there, and all of a sudden it's cake. Now I'm like, now my emotions don't know what to think. I'm desensitized to the violence towards bear cubs, and that's not good for anybody.
Nobody wants PTSD when they're about to enjoy a treat. Right?
No. I don't want to have to lessen the impact violence on small bear cubs has in my head just because I wanted a treat after dinner.
That's right.
That's not right. But yeah, Ohtani, man, has really been playing great lately. I mean, yeah, force to be reckoned with, no doubt.
Yeah.
They should make a cake that looks like him.
Dude, all I know now is for the remainder of the year.
We'll probably never get real Ohtani in-house here in Pandaland.
Cake Ohtani.
Cake Ohtani we could get. And then people be like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't believe they got Ohtani. Oh, he's cake.
Is that show cake Ohtani?
Show cake? Oh. If there's any confectionaires in the local area that think they can craft up a show cake Ohtani, that'd be sweet. Literally.
Yeah. What flavor cake would show cake Ohtani be?
Mm-hmm.
Angels fans are asking the important questions here.
Ooh. Something with he pitches and he hits.
Can you imagine like Trey Cabbage coming back and getting on the podcast and the first thing we ask, hey, you spent some time with him in spring training. What kind of flavor, if we made Shohei Ohtani a cake, what kind of flavor would he be?
Banana split. And we call it switch splitter.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Show cake Ohtani.
Man, I would savor a big old tasty slice of show cake. Golly, I think it should be lemon flavored. I want to be refreshing.
It seems so fitting.
Doesn't it?
It feels so fitting to
like
be
a
lemon
fresh,
flavored.
citrusy.
It feels light.
It feels light. Feels like I could go out and pitch, and possibly even hit a baseball if I wanted to.
I like lemon.
It's a cake that gives you the tools to be your own boss, your own cake boss.
Cake. That sounds like a show.
Sounds like money is what it sounds like. We got it.
Oh, man. We've got like 15 minutes left here, and I don't know how to transition into any other sport. I don't know how it gets much better than talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
But, we got the Sweet 16 tomorrow, right?
Oh, I know.
Does Alabama play tomorrow or Friday?
Alabama?
Yeah.
They play Friday. They're the first game Friday at 5:30.
Okay. It's not terrible. They've been the early. This is like the.
They haven't really had real sexy matchups.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, who cares? Maryland,
That was at least that was a late game, but it was almost too late. It started at like 9:15.
Yeah. Maryland, not a big one. Now they got San Diego State. Meh.
And then they'll either get Princeton or who else? Who's Princeton playing?
Kansas State?
No. Kansas State's playing.
We should probably pull this up. I'll go ahead and pull it.
I knew it early.
It's all right. Don't hurt yourself.
Is it FAU? Tennessee's playing FAU.
You already got a bad voice. Don't hurt your head too.
I'm sorry. My voice doesn't hurt. It just won't go.
It won't go, man.
Go, gadget voice.
It ain't got no go today, man.
FAU's playing Tennessee. Gonzaga UCLA is going to be a really good game on Thursday.
It's Princeton Creighton.
Creighton. There
the
you go.
Jays.
You know, a lot of Bama
Which
fans.
is good either way, not going to be a sexy game coming right out of that.
But a lot of Bama fans, it's not going to mean anything for Nate Oates and these players, but for Bama fans, Bama playing Creighton could mean quite a bit. I've seen Bama fans already, like really in the weeds Bama fans, because what was it, 2013, 2014, something like that? Creighton put Alabama out in the first round.
Oh, my God. Do people really care about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the stupidest thing
That's
ever.
a real thing.
That happened on my
fans,
21st birthday because I drove to a gas station and bought a tall boy on the way over to my parents' house so I could drink it at 2 in the afternoon on like a Thursday. I was so happy. I was like, yeah, let's watch the game, Mom and Dad. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can do this now.
So my 21st birthday was on a cool sporting event too. My 21st birthday actually fell on conference championship weekend for football. And I was at my dad's at the time. I was living over here in Huntsville, and he took me golfing. So we went golfing all day, And then we came back and we got to watch Alabama Georgia in the SEC championship game in 2012. That national championship matchup.
I mean, that story didn't really have anything to do with what we were talking about, but that's cool. Appreciate
I'm
it.
just,
It's cool.
I'm just going with it.
You
But anyway,
kinda-
but yeah, Bama
kinda
fans
jumped
care
on
about
mine.
that. I've seen several
Oh, sorry.
Bama fans that like carry a lot of weight on Twitter that other Bama fans like to follow because they're like kind of the Bama fan leaders.
So let me go ahead and deliver a message to all Bama fans out there that are stricken by the weight that loss to Creighton in the first round as an 8-9 matchup in 2012. Let it go. Let it go. You're being weird. All right? Let it go.
The message.
Nobody from that team, and I mean nobody, is still at Alabama. Let it go.
I'm gonna see if I can find.
Still bummed out over that loss in '86, man, to Creighton. We should have had it. Come on. That's hilarious you brought that up. I didn't know that was a real thing.
I'd seen it.
We're gonna get them, man. It's been over a decade. We're gonna get those Creighton Jays that beat us in the first round and then lost their second round game. We're gonna beat that team that accomplished nothing after beating us.
It was. I'm not going to be able to find the person that posted it, but it was an Alabama fan that had posted, and they were like, "It's wild to think that Alabama could play Creighton for a chance to go to the Final Four." Bama fans, you know what I'm talking about. And then Bama fans underneath it, there was like a list of 30, 40 comments. And the Bama fans were like, "I've been thinking about this since the bracket came out. I've been thinking about that since the bracket." I'm like, guys, this was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And it really meant there was like, did that carry a lot of weight? Apparently it carried a lot of weight for Bama fans.
No, it didn't. If you're thinking about that, you should get a hobby or call your parents. Do you have kids? See what they're doing. Check in on them. You know, call your significant other. Do something. Think about investing. You know, maybe that's smart. Start a 401k. You do that. But letting the 2012 Blue Jays live rent free in your brain just feels like wasted real estate there.
When that game actually happened while you were at home drinking your beer in front of your
Dude,
parents,
sloshing a 32-ounce Budweiser in the living room. Like, what's up?
I was working at a Terry's Pizza in the back of a Star Market.
Oh, let's go. We were
Highway
both living a
72.
pretty good life back then, huh?
And
I'm
I was
crushing a Budweiser in the afternoon. You're at Terry's Pizza.
I was the only one in that store that picked Creighton to win that game.
What?
Yeah.
You're part of the problem, pal. People like you've been burning me up for 11 years. My reflex was to spit on you, but I'm a better person than I was in 2012.
What was your tall boy of choice that day, by the way?
Budweiser, the king. Bud, not light, not platinum, not light lime. Bud. Yeah. And then I think I got tired and I took a nap. Yeah, I only bought one.
Well, I mean, it was your first beer
It was my first beer, yeah.
you ever had.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt. Yeah, so I really was just trying to savor the flavor. Because it's numero uno.
So, with Alabama playing on Friday in the Sweet 16, playing San Diego State, I know we talked a little bit about this on Monday, but just seeing what matchups lie ahead of them, obviously you're going to get the best shot, but at the same time, for me, Alabama gets a whole week to prepare for San Diego State, and then they're going to get, if it's Creighton, it won't be, but if it's Princeton, they'll get a lesser opponent than what they're playing against San Diego State. Creighton probably a little better, but
They are a 10-point favorite against Princeton.
yeah. So I know there's always going to be a worry in the back of your head because Alabama's only ever been to one Elite Eight. They've never been to a Final Four. So that worry and that hope's going to be there. But if you had to take all bias out of it and all hope, and you were looking at all these teams at just what they were rather than being a fan of any of it, try to take all emotion out of it, are you worried for Alabama
No.
between now and the Final Four?
No, I think Alabama's got the easiest route. I think they're playing some of the best basketball in the country. I mean, they looked fantastic against Maryland. Brandon Miller didn't even have to score a point against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and they win by 20. He plays real well against Maryland. They win another game by 20. Quinterly is maybe just as important for that team right now. Charles Bediako's doing great down low. They're all playing well. And like we've mentioned, that path for them to get there is probably the best for anybody. I mean, UCLA Gonzaga, that's going to be a slugfest.
Whoever
right there.
comes out of that game, it's a dogfight, dude. I mean,
UConn Arkansas, man, that's going to be a slugfest. Michigan State Kansas State, that's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, Kansas State has like the best basketball player to ever playing for them, according to you, anyway.
Dude, that guy's awesome. Marquise Noel.
And they also have Keontae Johnson from Florida. That's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's had moments where even in the first half against Auburn looked like they might pull off the upset there. I think Alabama's your favorite. I mean, Purdue, a 1 seed's already gone. Kansas is already gone. There's been some big teams that have been eliminated already. I think UConn is the biggest threat to them. I think Texas is a big threat. I think Houston, especially just because they're so familiar with each other, playing twice in the last 2 years, and with Alabama winning this year's game after being down by 15, going to be interesting to see how Sasser improves from his injury as time goes on. I think Alabama, and you see it in the betting odds. Houston was the number 1 overall favorite, and now in the Sweet 16, Alabama has overtaken them as the number 1 betting favorite. It's just weird to think about, man. Alabama basketball might win them a natty.
Being completely void of any emotion, which I already am because I don't have a dog in the fight in any of these games, I feel so confident in Alabama, not only just the way they're playing. Like, if I didn't even see their opponent from here on out, I would feel confident in them going to the Final Four based on how they're playing. Then you factor in their opponent. Like, they should cakewalk there if they're playing like they were in their first 2 games. And then everybody else, I mean, I feel pretty confident in I don't know, the games that I'm not really excited to watch because I feel like I already know their outcome. One of them would be Houston, Miami, which Miami shocked Auburn last year. They could do it again this season. But what was the other? Xavier and who's Xavier playing?
Texas.
Yeah. Texas is my only Final Four team left, so I don't care if they lose or not. I'd much rather them lose.
Tennessee's a team, too, that we both wrote off, but with their defense, can compete against anybody.
But here's my problem with Tennessee and it may not come up against FAU, but once they get past FAU, they could potentially have – I can't remember who's on their side of the bracket, but look at all the teams left, like Kansas State or Michigan State or UCLA, Gonzaga. Like, if they run into any of those teams, I think it's Kansas State, Michigan State who they play. But they get past FAU, which is great that they go to the Elite Eight. That's amazing for Tennessee. But beyond that, defensively, they're good enough to keep themselves in it, and everybody's kind of buying into Tennessee. You're not the only ones. I've heard plenty of people that are like, Tennessee can go to the Final Four. I'm not confident enough in the way they shoot the basketball still. Like, if the refs continue to let them play the way they did this weekend, this past weekend, they'll have a chance against anybody because Tennessee can get ugly real quick with you. I mean, they're amazing defensively, and if you're letting a really good defensive team get even more physical and you're not calling anything, then yeah, they're going to be in the game. But when you start to play a team like the winner of Kansas State, Michigan State, when they have a player that can take – both of those teams have a player that can take over a game, and Tennessee, if they find themselves down 8 points and they need to run with like 6 minutes left, I'm not confident they can do that. The way they shot the basketball all year has been pathetic. So I'm not super confident in them. Elite Eight, I think if Tennessee makes the Elite Eight, that is just – amazing for them, considering like they've been ranked really high all year, but then they lose to Kai Ziegler. I think that's best case scenario for them. The best place to lose would be the Elite Eight for them.
I think they get there. I think they play Kansas State in the Elite Eight. I think UConn plays UCLA. And then moving to Friday's games, which would be the South and the Midwest regions, I think Alabama plays. Houston. Man, I want to say Princeton.
I hope so, man.
Princeton just went out and absolutely whooped Missouri.
And so I feel like, last year that we've only had – this is the 4th time we've ever had a 15 seed in the Sweet 16. And they've all happened in the last 10 years. Florida Gulf Coast in 2013. We had Oral Roberts do it 2 years ago. Last year we had with St. Peter's. The Peacocks did it last year. They went to the Elite Eight. And I was thinking about that run. Like, while it was happening last year, it was cool to see them winning the games and going as far. And they played North Carolina. North Carolina ended up blowing them out in the second half. And they were, a game away from the Final Four. That concept was cool. But St. Peter's, in order to win, their basketball games were really boring and ugly. But Princeton, this 15 seed, they're fun to watch. I mean, they got juice. They can score. Again, the Missouri going out and blowing them out. They put up like 70, 80 points against Missouri. That's a 15 seed that not only would it be cool to see them go to the Elite Eight, I feel like they could.
I do too.
That's a really good 15 seed.
Yeah, they got some players, man. I mean, they've already beat Arizona. Just at no point could Missouri get any rhythm going against them. Meanwhile, Creighton, they play NC State. They were kind of on upset alert there. They pulled that one off. Then they get Baylor, who people were not sold on Baylor going into the tournament from the start. So I feel like Creighton, they could be up for an upset, no doubt. I think Houston beats Miami, though. I think Texas moves on there, and Houston plays Texas in the Midwest Regional. Alabama plays Princeton. That would be bananas.
To go to the Final Four.
In which, either way, I think Princeton and Creighton, Alabama, I think is they have a pretty good beating again.
I know Alabama fans would have enough saved up in the arsenal to kind of, I don't say observe, but absorb is what I'm looking for. Absorb the blow by like Auburn fans that would reach out. You know what I mean? If they lost to Princeton in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four, Auburn fans would hammer them. Auburn fans still have the Final Four from a few years ago. Alabama fans would have, they beat Auburn twice this year anyway or whatever. But even though they would probably have enough in the arsenal to absorb that blow, the only that would, you're thinking right now, like, or someone like me is thinking, what could really derail this for Alabama? If Alabama goes to the Elite Eight, because I'd said before the tournament started, I was telling a buddy of mine who's a big Alabama fan, I said, as long as Alabama makes the Elite Eight, I mean, even if they lose in the Elite Eight before knowing who they play, it would still be a little bit of a disappointment, but they made the Elite Eight. I mean, you could look back and say it was still a really good team. They fell short, but they made the Elite Eight. So thinking Alabama getting there to the Elite Eight, there's nothing that could derail how great of a season this is at that point, on the court. Losing to the 15 seed Princeton for a chance to go to your first Final Four would be so much pain. The amount of pain that should bring Alabama fans if that were to happen would be insane.
Oh man, everyone would be like, "Oh my God, you lost to the nerds! You couldn't even beat a bunch of nerds." Because that's exactly what I texted my brother when Princeton won that first game. I said, "They lost to a bunch of nerds. What are they doing?" Yeah, it'd be awful. It'd be awful, man. You can't lose to the nerds. No offense to nerds. I got nothing against nerds. That's just what you're going to get in the basketball world when an Ivy League team is successful. You're going to get called nerds. Can't have it, dude.
That's right.
You can't have it. What was that dude from Revenge of the Nerd? The big chunk. And he just rages. That'd be me.
All right, so let us know in the YouTube comments. Let us know if you're listening on the recorded podcast, 256-434-1366. Hit up the text line. Who do you think's going to the Final Four now that we've got the Sweet 16? Let us know how you think everything's going to shake out. We'll recap Thursday's games on Friday, and then we'll recap everything else and set up your Final Four on Monday. But in the meantime, we're going to get ready to head out of here, but we do have one more thing that we want to go over with you guys. And that's opening day here at Toyota Field. Again, we have a lot of baseball coming up, high school baseball games the later half of this weekend, Alabama game on Tuesday. But, Ricky, the big thing that everybody needs to know is as of right now,
we're going to have a Showcake Otani. Wait, no. Sorry.
When the approval.
My bad. That hasn't been approved. That is not a guarantee.
Keep in mind, opening day is 15 days away. We are just about 2 weeks away from getting our Trash Panda season started, and we have for opening weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have seats available. Pack the park. Come out here and show your support for the Trash Pandas. I know plenty of people right now that are getting tickets to the Alabama game because they feel like, it's 2 weeks away from Trash Pandas game. We probably missed the bill there on opening weekend because, we waited too long to get our tickets. That's not the case. We have availability left. You want to be here for opening weekend? We've got fireworks all 3 days that weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday after the game. Come here and watch the Trash Pandas open the season on April 6th on that Thursday. Tell them how they can get their tickets.
You just call me, I guess.
You got a phone number?
No, trashpandasbaseball.com, okay? Trashpandasbaseball.com. You can get your tickets for opening day. You can get your tickets for day 2, day 3, 4, 5, all the way through the final game of the season there in September. They're all available right now. But like Tony Mack said, I mean, we got beautiful weather on April the 6th. Odds are that walk-up is going to be fierce, and those tickets are going to be gone. If you wait till the last second, there's no guarantee you're going to be in here for what will be a very special season. What I expect to be on the heels of the greatest season in Trash Pandas history. I think we're going to top it. I think it's going to be even better. I think maybe this team goes home with a little finger jewelry. I don't know. Is it a little early? Hey, it's a little early. It's March. I don't need to be talking about that in March, but I am.
Hey, if we win, do we get rings? The front office get stuff? Do we get jewelry?
I think.
Oh, we're going home with some jewelry.
Oh, I want it bad.
Going home with some
I
jewelry.
want it bad.
So, again, opening day, 2 weeks away. Get your tickets. Call up here at trashpandasbaseball.com. Call the office if you need to. You can say, hey, where's that Tony Mack feller? I want to talk to him in his goofy voice right now. You absolutely can. I'll take your phone call all day. I'll help you out. I'll help you get your
Listen
tickets.
to that. You don't want to.
I would love to be able to help you guys be able to come watch some Trash Pandas baseball this season. So, and also we have coming up, since we're getting closer to all the teams getting their players, we still don't know who's going to be playing for us yet. We don't know that yet. It's really that close to the season before we know. But we're going to do the our version of the All Southern League team based on their names. The All Southern League team name list. When the rosters drop, we'll work through it vigorously and we'll pick.
Oh, so much vigor.
We'll do our All Southern League name list. How's that sound?
I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for Panda season to get here. Football's over. The Classic's over. Spring training's rolling down. Like, let's play some meaningful baseball. Let's get out of here in Panda Land. Let's see the greatest fans in the whole country when it comes to cheering for sports where guys run around on a diamond and touch bags in between. I'm so ready for it. The most home wins in all of minor league baseball last season, 120 teams. We were number one. Let's go do it again. I saw a video from Kai Bush at spring training. He said, I can't wait to be back over there. I can't wait to get going what we had last season. I love you guys. I feed off of it. I like when guys make three-pointers in the tournament and then they go like this. That's what I want right here. Inject that baseball into my vein, baby. We're almost there.
Just keep in mind, again, you have 15 days to sell out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here. Those 3 opening day games. If we sell out all 3 of those games, keep in mind that Ricky will use his own money on a life-size cake of Showcake Otani. Just keep that in mind, everybody. Sell out the first 3 games.
I'll go ahead and, I'll sign off on that one. We get 3 straight shutout or sellouts to start the year. I will fashion a Showcake Otani. I'll make it happen.
What else you want? Sell out opening weekend here, April 6th, April 7th, April 8th. Hello? Get on the phone. Get your tickets. There is space left. You don't have to worry about it being sold out yet. But once you sell it out, Showcake Otani coming your way.
No, I was just kidding. All right. Okay.
It's real.
No, I'll be it. All right. Maybe we jumped the gun on the Showcake stuff. I don't LA Angels just called. They said some threatening things. So we should probably hey, we'll see you at the park.
Yeah.
See you at the park. Ooh, my voice is doing what yours is doing.
You get a little nervous after the phone call there.
Everything's fine.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Friday. Recap the Sweet 16, the first half of the Sweet 16. I'm Tony Mack. That's Tricky Ricky. It's been the Bullpen.
I owe you 8 lozenges.
I need them.
The comments. Maybe
Thanks, guys. You're saving my throat.
Yeah, maybe
one comment at a time.
Maybe you just Gatling gun all 8 of them at the same time. What do you say? Don't